That nigga into black magic. He tore his heart out his chest.
And bites into it like a fruit.
Boom, what we doing? We good? We vibing? We here with another one, man. This one is called The Most Powerful Pirate in History.
Flames light the sky over the Pearl River Delta as war junks swarm the banks of Sanshan, a fishing village in southern China. It's 1809. The attacker's captain has promised 10 silver coins for every villager's head. By now, the villagers know it was a mistake not to pay the Pirate Confederation protection money. They've built a wooden palisade and armed every man between 16 and 60, but now everything goes wrong. Their only cannon explodes in their faces and their leader gets stabbed in the back in the turmoil. One man makes a last stand from a rooftop, hurling dust onto the attackers until they bring him down with spears. The looting lasts 3 days. 2,000 are dead, and when the pirates finally sail away, they set the village on fire and leave 80 severed heads hanging from a banyan tree.
Yo, I don't get why a lot of people from that era, be so fucking ruthless. Like 87 heads on a tree. Who even finna come see that and know it's your work? I understand it. They gonna pull up and be like, damn, it's a lot of heads. Whoa, them heads on a tree? We already know who this was. I mean, I guess if y'all always put 87 heads everywhere, if you put 87 heads everywhere, I'm guessing, a nigga gonna be like, how many heads is it? 87. Yeah, it was the 87 crew. Why though? I don't get it. I don't know, man. So it's just unnecessary.
Staring blankly across the water as a warning. The southern Chinese coast is living in fear and no one comes to help. The Chinese Empire, the largest and wealthiest state on earth, can't protect its people. How? The Middle Kingdom. Around 1800, China governs 300 to 400 million people, a third of the world's population, and its economy is the largest on Earth. While European powers fight over colonies and trade routes, Imperial China has been running the same operating system for over 2,000 years. When their Western contemporaries were still hacking at each other with swords and holding chests of gold, they had already invented gunpowder and used paper money. Their compass helped Europeans discover already inhabited lands and eventually led them back to China for tea and porcelain. China sees itself as the Middle Kingdom, the center of civilization, while everybody else are barbarians, slowly learning what it has known for centuries. The current dynasty running this ancient machine is the Qing, but to most people, they're still outsiders. They're Manchu, descendants of horse-riding warriors from the north who smashed through the Great Wall in 1644, realized the Chinese system was too sophisticated to replace, and simply kept it running with themselves in charge. Imagine this realm as a gravitational field. At its center sits the emperor in Beijing, like a supermassive black hole, bending the fabric of society around him. His pull extends through a vast bureaucracy of governors, magistrates, and inspectors, keeping hundreds of millions of people in their place in the cosmic hierarchy. But the further you get from Beijing, the weaker that gravitational pull becomes. 2,000 kilometers south lies Guangdong, a subtropical province between the mountains and the ocean. Here, the empire fractures into the Pearl River Delta, a maze of channels, swamps, and islands that hum with trade, people, boats, and markets, some so crowded they spill onto the water. China's population has tripled in a century, and land is running out. The size of the bureaucracy, however, remains almost the same. Its grip is slipping, and corruption spreads. The first to feel it are those already on the edge, like the boat families who live season to season. Fishing only works half the year, and when the nets come up empty, they haul cargo, ferry passengers, or smuggle rice or salt. And some turn to piracy part-time, raiding along the coast until the monsoon season turns. The difference between fisherman and pirate sometimes is simply seasonal employment. Somewhere in this drifting world, in 1775, a girl is born. nobody pays much attention, but one day, empires will know her name. She'll grow up to become the most powerful pirate in history.
Okay.
Waterworld. It's likely she's part of the tanker boat people, living on a wooden junk patched with tar and cloth. A few meters of creaking planks in a cluster of boats with floating kitchens, markets and temples. Some families go years without touching land. By the time she can handle a paddle, she's working, fishing or ferrying, whatever pays. While landwomen crush their feet into lotus buds to attract husbands, she hops barefoot from plank to plank. Boys on shore spend...
I know I haven't been talking that much, but they haven't been giving me that much to talk about, to be honest. I'm just watching as much as y'all watching. I ain't gonna lie.
years memorizing ancient texts for a shot at becoming officials. But the tanker can't own land, take imperial exams, or marry into shore families. They're classified as mean people, impure, like actors and prostitutes. And so, like many before her, as she gets older, she finds work on a flower boat, a floating brothel. These boats serve sailors, merchants, and pirates. Most are poor, but lately more and more show up with serious silver and military weapons from Vietnam. For years, the Tai Shon rebels there fought in a civil war and handed out ships, cannons, and military ranks to Chinese pirates to raid the Qing Empire and share the profits. Now they're losing, and the jobless pirates are returning to China. One night in 1801, a pirate named Zheng Yi visits the flower boat. He's powerful and commands his own fleet. The record gets vague as to how, but within months, the girl is his wife and sails with his fleet. From here on, she's known as...
I'm already probably gonna say something obvious. That girl was probably underage for sure, because he was already a made man on the sea, a leader, a leader amongst men. And then the information gets a little vague. Yeah, I bet probably took her.
Message.
Zheng Yi Sao, literally wife of Zheng Yi. The Confederation. She's entering the pirate world at the perfect moment. With veterans flooding back from Vietnam, the sea is swarming with more pirates than anyone has seen in living memory. Also, the Delta has become one of the world's most valuable trade corridors, with Guangzhou, called Canton by Europeans, as the only legal port for foreign trade. An open buffet of silver, tea, silk, opium and porcelain for pirates. Meanwhile, the Empire is having what you might call a bad century. Inland, they're fighting bloody uprisings like the White Lotus Rebellion, and on the coast, corruption is rampant, patrols are underfunded, and their navy is a joke. By 1805, the pirates are fighting each other more than robbing merchants, which is bad for business. So they do what any sensible criminal would do and incorporate. 6 main fleets share loot, settle disputes in a central court, and are led by Zheng Yi, captain of the most powerful Red Flag fleet. To keep control, he uses the methods of mafia and aristocracy. His brother commands squadrons, his sister marries an ally, and promising young pirates are adopted. And beside him is Zheng Yi Sao, running the numbers and managing alliances. Together, they command one of the largest naval forces in the world. They even dominate government monopolies. Salt merchants start paying pirate convoys instead of imperial ones. A silver fee gets you a pirate passport and real protection. When some convoys resist, pirates torch hundreds of government ships to make it clear who's boss. Portugal and Britain would love to send their warships since their profits are evaporating too. But the Qing refused to let foreign gunboats pass the Tiger's Mouth, the entrance to the Pearl River. They're more afraid of British help than pirate domination, which is probably fair. By now, even fishermen need a pirate-signed pass. The water...
Yeah, because I'm not even gonna lie, getting help from the British people ain't never worked out. I ain't gonna lie. They get in here and take over the trap. You hear me? They do, you know what I mean? This theirs. This how y'all working it? Bad. I'm gonna take this, young man.
Ways belong to the Confederation. They're fast, brutal, and operate with military precision. The Pirate Playbook. Let's board one of their ships, a former cargo junk 12 meters long and never built for war. Now it sails under patched canvas and a black and white hull flaunting a dozen cannons. Below deck is a village compressed into a dark wooden tube. Some pirates share a mat with their wife and children, while new recruits and prisoners fight for space. 200 people in total. Only the captain lives with any comfort in the raised stern cabin with his wives. Scouts spotted a convoy, their escorts imperial banners proving they haven't paid for protection. At a signal, dozens of pirate war junks explode from behind the rocks, surrounding the convoy. When their guns erupt, grape shot made from nails and coins shreds through wooden flesh. 3-man teams work the massive Jinjul guns, while others hurl 9-meter-long bamboo pikes. From the masts, pirates fling stink pots full of liquor and gunpowder. They leap from boat to boat with long-handled knives, tridents and rattan shields. Some sailors try to surrender, while others jump overboard. But captured Navy crews get no mercy. The pirates nail their feet to the planks and hack them apart. One pirate steps forward and cuts open an officer's chest, pulls...
Jesus Christ, though. Like, see what I mean? I'm jumping off the boat. Y'all niggas that stayed and tried to surrender, y'all niggas some bitches. Y'all, what y'all expect? What is the plan? Surrendering? Who? What? Like, what am I surrendering to? Like, what is like? What's the outcome that's gonna be good out of this? I'm gonna just go on and swim with the sharks. Like, no. Now you got your feet. You know they ain't got a nail hammered in your feet to the floorboard while they chopping them off. And you wouldn't rather just use them same feet to swim? Man, I'm out of here, man. But they probably wasn't that easy. People jumping out board, they probably throwing spears and shit at your ass. Hit one in the back. Ah! Oh, it.
And bites into forward and cuts open an officer's chest.
Like, come on, bro. He is cutting open his chest. Like, why? Oh, man. Like, there's no possible way that you're telling me that these people didn't like this shit. These people had to like this shit. You can't just kill them. They be doing outrageous shit. Like, come on, bro.
Pulls out the heart and
bites into it like a fruit.
What? He bit into his heart. He tore his heart out his chest and ate it.
To him, it's practical magic. Consume the enemy's courage, steal his strength.
That nigga into black magic. Bro, what? Bro, ain't no fucking way these niggas wasn't demons walking around in human suits, human body suits. Like, there's no possible way that y'all are that bored and you get that creative with killing people. Like, what are we talking about? I don't get this shit, bro. Nigga stabbed his chest, opened his chest up with a sword, took his heart out and ate it. Was like, yeah, I'm getting the strength of this man. I'm taking his power. What? I'd have been looking at dude like, bro, I'm gonna put him up. I ain't even gonna lie, I'm gonna have to put dude up. What you mean you taking dude's powers and strength and...
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
People like that, there's no possible way they thinking of a future. They only think about the next person they kill. Like, dead ass, bro. There's no possible way he felt stronger by eating that man's heart. Like, come on, man. This is ridiculous.
The merchant ships surrender instantly. Once their convoy's silver, silk, and opium is taken, a squadron sails upriver to strike the nearest town. The strategy is similar. Spread fear and name a price. If they refuse, everyone dies. Some bargain, others pay early, sending silver, rice, and roasted pigs for the fleet's floating temple. As it grows, the Confederation opens protection offices along the coast and even a tax bureau in Guangzhou, where you can pay your pirate fees like renewing a license. They set up supply deals across Guangdong for food, fuel, and ammo, paying above market and sparing their merchants. By 1806, fishermen with empty nets and peasants with no land are signing up en masse. The floating state. But on November the 16th, 1807, pirate captain Zheng Yi dies.
I'm not even gonna lie, all them people that just start signing up and shit like that, why? Y'all didn't start fighting back. I would have started fighting back first. Fuck these niggas, man. We got the ammo. Shit, they got the guys. We got the guys that just shit. Y'all don't wanna lose y'all shit. Shit, I don't wanna lose my shit. I don't wanna die. Y'all don't wanna die. Like, let's just, you know what I mean? Let's team up versus these bitch ass niggas. We ain't going. Fuck it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't go.
Either in a storm or struck by a cannonball, leaving a power vacuum.
What happened?
Dies. But on November the 16th, 1807, pirate Captain Zheng Yi dies, either in a storm or struck by a cannonball, leaving a power vacuum. Before anyone else can make a move, his widow Zheng Yi Sao takes control. Unlike most rivals, she already has legitimacy. She sailed alongside her husband, helped lead campaigns, has children with him, and is widely known in the fleet. First, she secures the family's loyalty. Then comes her boldest move. She marries Zhang Bo, a young captain who had become Zheng Yi's adopted son, and puts him in charge of the Red Fleet. By Confucian standards, a widow marrying is absolutely scandalous, let alone her stepson. But by marrying Zhang Bo, she makes the chain of command unmistakably her own. Her next step is to tighten discipline, so she issues a new pirate law. Loot
Wait, are y'all fucking? Like, wait. How does that work? Like, are you just using him as a face? Just, you know, like power hungry? Like, all right, but I gotta marry him.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
Still, I can't even keep my fucking thoughts around. Why would you? Y'all fucking? You nasty nigga. Y'all probably fucking.
has to be registered and inspected. The original captor keeps 20%, the rest goes into a common treasury to support the fleet. Anyone disobeying a superior is decapitated, and pirates who rape captives are executed. She runs the Confederation like
What?
pirate.
Wait.
Anyone disobeying a superior is decapitated, and pirates who
Rape captives are executed.
Okay. We not fucking with no graping. I ain't even gonna lie. I'll fuck with her off the rip. Any of you bitch ass niggas raping people, you got to go. You got to go, for sure. Get you sick bitch ass niggas on.
She runs the Confederation like a CEO with cannons. Nothing moves without her signature. Injured pirates get healthcare, brave ones get bonuses, and the accounting is impeccable. The Confederation
Can't count. She running a good business.
has become a parallel state, complete with law, welfare, and a strategy of violent wealth redistribution. A floating shadow empire alongside the Qing. At her peak, Zheng Yi Sao commands about 70,000 pirates on 1,800 ships, dwarfing the Spanish Armada, while Blackbeard, the most feared pirate in Western history, had maybe 4 ships and 300 drunk men on his best day. Somehow, a former sex worker has constructed a floating pirate state more efficient than the government trying to destroy her. And
I ain't even gonna lie though, because the way she's running it, man, like I've always said, man, I will always work for a great boss. I lay my life on the line for a good boss.
Stop the cap.
What I mean by a good boss that has you not wanting them to work for you forever. I worked for you when I was 16, but I'm 24, 23. My life should be completely changed. I've been with you since 7 straight years. I should have had hella bonuses, raises, that it should have been that noticeable. Like, I have the health insurance. I got everything that I actually need. I'm in a good neighborhood, nice car, good ass savings. I've been taking trips. I've been having a good ass life. Now, of course, the first 2-3 years.
I mean, I'm tired, but it's fine. I'll just drink coffee pretty much all day.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Struggle. That's the grind years. That's the putting in them work. But after that, I should be. Here comes the money. I should be tasting the fruit of my labor. You know what I mean? Like, dead ass. Like, I should not be working for you 15, 20 years and I don't even get a nibble of my labor or the fruit that I put down. Fuck no. But back to what the fuck going on here. Oh God, it's probably, if she running the game if she being a good boss, a good leader of men, she got their ass, they gonna die for her. Cause what the fuck? Why would I die for her? She put her life on the line for me. Fuck, not going. Bro, she doing her big one.
in 1809, the Qing impose a coastal embargo, reroute salt shipments overland, and prevent ships from leaving ports to starve the pirates out. But these fleets are full of fishermen who built their own state because the official one had nothing to offer anyway. When the same empire now tries to take this band-aid away, they turn to revolt. Raiding squadrons pour inland like floodwater into rivers and creeks, overrunning garrisons, looting markets, and clashing with militias funded by the Qing. Zhang Bo's Red Flag Fleet creeps close to Guangzhou, disrupting trade, blocking river traffic, and sending cannon fire echoing into the city on a daily basis to extort silver and supplies. This hits the Qing where it hurts. Losing Guangzhou's customs office would be like losing the empire's credit card. After centuries of treating foreign powers like annoying tribute states, they're running out of options and turn to the barbarians for help. They don't trust the British, who just recently landed troops in Macau and pushed warships up the Pearl River without permission, claiming to protect it from the French in a sort of proxy of the Napoleonic Wars. So they turn to the Portuguese, who've been squatting in Macau since the 1500s under lease from China. For a mountain of silver, they send warships to patrol alongside Qing junks and play whack-a-mole with pirates at the Tiger's Mouth. And fail. In December, the Qing switch strategies. They offer full amnesty, government jobs, and silver for any pirate leader who flips. Now, cracks start to show. The Black Flag commander, Guo Padai, smells opportunity. He has spent years resenting Zhang Bo.
You out here hating on everybody's success because you ain't got no success.
He envies his rise, his victories, and the fact that Zheng Yi Sao picked him. So when the Red Flag calls for backup, he ghosts them. Then the two fleets clash, and the Black Flag wins. 1,000 pirates are killed and 16 ships captured. Within weeks, Guo Padai surrenders to the Qing, waving his trophies like a job application. Other leaders follow, hoping to cut a deal before it's too late. Zheng Yi Sao reads the room perfectly. In early 1810, she walks to government officials in Macau, leading thousands of followers behind her. Entire families who've spent years living aboard pirate ships now come to ask for peace. Their petition reads like this: "We are insects and ants. Save us from the flood and fire. Pardon our former crimes and open for us a new way of life from this day forward. We solemnly promise to sell our swords and buy cows. If we dare to act with duplicity, you may kill us at once." Beneath the humble tone is sharp timing. Zheng Yi Sao is still holding the cards. The Qing need the violence to stop, so they accept a remarkable deal. She keeps her ships, 17,000 pirates are granted amnesty, and Zhang Bo is made a naval officer. The two are allowed to marry legally and turn to legal maritime trade. Zheng Yi Sao retires near Guangzhou, runs a gambling house, possibly dabbles in smuggling. She outlives Zhang Bo by 2 decades and dies peacefully around 1844 at 69. The end of a dynasty.
Man, I mean, it's not over. I just want to say my little parts about her little life, man. It was free, wasn't it? Because I don't think did you love anybody? Seemed like you loved a lot of people, man. You just was like,
Live it up, that's just what I'm gonna do, cause I ain't never had none, yeah.
I love the life I'm living, type of energy. Like, whatever I gotta do, whatever I gotta fucking suck, whatever fuck.
The fuck is...
Yo, man,
can we get a timeout?
No, that sounds crazy coming from my mouth. I'm saying it from her point of view, probably is true, but she was a leader of men. But I feel like it didn't seem like she had any love life. Like, she had love life, but she didn't seem like, I mean, obviously we didn't get into too much of like how she felt about these people, but it didn't seem, it was just like, oh, okay, he died, I'm going to step in power, and I know the game, and everybody fuck with me anyway. And plus, I'm gonna marry my stepson. And that's already kind of a little weird. Whatever. But she lived a long ass time, and she hustled. I don't know how I feel about this, man, cause she gonna win at the end of the day because she's a leader. But what are the people that wasn't the leaders? Like, they only offer the leaders of these pirate groups job. Like, everybody else is just God, that shit sucks. I think about that, cause like, what if I was just following you, had ambitions to be a leader, the captain of the pirate ship, and then boom, we ended before I even get close. Now I'm just all my life, I just trade for this, and boom, I'm homeless. Hopefully we get a house, man. Hopefully she fought for us to get a house that I, the people that was on the pirates and shit. But she ain't mad at that dude that betrayed her. Thousands of pirates died. I don't know. This is a little weird. This seemed like a little heartless for Shursky.
Zheng Yisao was a remarkable woman and a ruthless killer. Her pirate state could rise because rich trade lanes met weak defenses and famine turned hungry sailors into an army on sea. When the empire left a vacuum on the water, she filled it. For the Qing, it's a disaster. They had to borrow foreign gunboats, offer amnesty, and call it a win. But when British warships return 30 years later in 1839, they force open China's markets. Foreign powers carve out treaty ports, run their own trade zones, and anti-piracy becomes their favorite excuse. Their merchants even sell weapons to pirates, fueling the problem to justify colonial expansion while Beijing's control of the coast keeps shrinking. The Qing fall in 1911, and it takes their successors decades to undo the damage. Most legal privileges for foreigners are only abolished during World War II, while the last European colony in China, Macau, isn't handed back by Portugal until 1999. All this time, piracy never disappeared. It's still happening in crowded choke points like the Singapore Strait and the Gulf of Aden. In the late 1990s, attacks spike after the Asian financial crisis, and a decade later, Somali fishermen fill the power vacuum left by a collapsed state. Pirates were never only bandits. They tax trade, enforce rules, and redistribute wealth. But they also take hostages, use terror, and enforce control through violence whenever the state leaves space for someone else to step in. Zheng Yisao was not the first to take advantage of this, and she wasn't the last.
This was fire by Night Shift. Great ass video, man. Y'all think Pirates is going on right now still? Like, that said in the late 1990s, so I'm sure 30 years, it hasn't changed that much. Probably a little bit more technology. That's insane to even think about Pirates with technology. They're already ruthless as a motherfucker. She was smart like a motherfucker. But great video. Hope y'all liked it. If you see my background, be like, oh man, this shitty ass room. Fuck you. Alright, I'm out. I'm out of here. Peace.